Welcome back, guys. It's been a while. I've been busy working, so haven't really been playing on many games recently. But with this game coming out of, well, having its final patch released, basically, I decided to just jump in and see if we can have a 1930 campaign where all I use is destroyers. So it'll be interesting to see if it's possible. They did change the way that the accuracy works in the game, which makes small ships like destroyers a lot harder to use because they die a lot easier. It makes the AI easier or better at shooting your small ships, basically. But we're going to give it a go, see if it's viable, and yeah, I have no idea if it is or not, so it'll be interesting to see. So I'll just design a ship and then show you what I've come up with, and then I'll just spend all of the money that I have available at the start of the campaign just to build as many of the destroyer as possible. So this is the design that I've come up with. It's 34 knots, which is pretty decent, and it's got 20 torpedoes on, so 4 times 5 deck torpedoes. We've got electric torpedoes I've decided to go for, so they're going to be long range, hard to detect, rather than the usual short range fast torpedoes. And we've got a couple of 3 triple barrel 5-inch guns on the front, which probably aren't going to get much use because I'm probably going to end up just firing and fleeing with each of these ships. So yeah, I've decided to put a mine layer on because I've never used it before, so we'll see if it works or how it works or whatever. And that is about it. So because I've decided to play as Britain, I'm going to have colonies all over the globe that I'm going to need to protect. So because of that, I'm going to just have all of my destroyers spread out all over the globe. I'm not going to concentrate them and go round in one big blob. I'm just going to spread out all over the globe. And I've managed to build 2,500 of these, which is incredible at the start of the 1930 campaign. So I've got 2,500 of these destroyers spread all across the globe. So yeah, I will advance time until I get into a fight with somebody, and then I'll see you for the first fight. Okay, I've managed to get into a fight with America. I didn't particularly try to fight America, but that is who we've ended up picking a fight with. And in the year or 18 months at the start of the game, I've had a lot of global conquest missions where I've just been taking out smaller nations. So I've already expanded 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, either 9 or 10 territories I've already taken through the global conquest. And I'm currently taking Colombia, Persia, and Iraq. So yeah, you seem to get a lot of these global conquest missions if you spread your ships out all over the globe, which is interesting. But anyway, let's see if we can get ourselves a nice big fight. I've got some of my ships out in groups, the ones that I've been trying to take these territories with, and then I've got some ships still in the ports. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, having a mix of some in the ports and some in task forces, and just see what the mission generator throws up for us. Right, I don't particularly want to be at war with two different nations, because it can be quite hard to protect all of your territory, so I'll just try and stay at war with one nation at a time. Well, we're fighting a single battleship. That's a bit strange, but I suppose it's good practice for our first mission. Let's see how we get on. Right, so there's a couple of different ways that we can approach this. We can either go in a battle line, or a daisy chain as I call it, where they're all individual, or we can go in a locust swarm and just everybody head at them. Now, I'm going to try the battle line system first. And then maybe go in like a bit of a locust swarm if the battle line system isn't working. But what I'm going to be doing at the start is just trying to land a couple of lucky shots on them. Just to... Well, basically, if you do some damage to them, it affects their accuracy, so they'll find it a lot harder to kill you as you're approaching. So that's the idea. See if I can land a couple of shots to get them sinking a little bit. Right. I wonder how far away he is. 24 kilometres, and our torpedo is 12.5, so we have actually got to get fairly close. If we had oxygen torpedoes, then we wouldn't have to get that close, because I think they've got about a 20 kilometre range. But we'll see how we get on. I've absolutely no idea if this is going to work or not. The locust swarm system would definitely work, but I just want to see if we can get the daisy chain system to work. And seeing as we've only got one enemy, this is a good time to test it out. Okay, so we're getting into range of the torpedoes now. So I might just fire a bunch off with this first one. Just see if we can... That's what I was worried was going to happen, basically. That's why I want to see if I can land some damage on him early on. It might be the case that I need to upgrade to oxygen torpedoes for this to work, because I'm not sure if these electric torpedoes have got long enough range. See, I'm getting nervous now. I feel like I need to fire. Well, we've landed a couple of torpedoes. I wonder if I keep this one closer to him, if he'll target him instead of the one that's got the torpedoes. It looks like he is doing. That's helpful. Now he's shooting this one. Let's see if we can get his load off. Ace. Should land quite a few there. Yeah, nice. 5 torpedoes. 1 dud, I think. So apparently the daisy chain system is working. I'm surprised, to be honest with it. But it definitely won't work against a large blob of enemies. It only worked because we were against a single one. So if we're facing 1 or 2 enemies, I'll carry on using the daisy chain. But if we're facing a task fleet, then I'll use the locust swarm. We've only had 1 fight against 1 battleship. 28,000 victory points for sinking 1 battleship. That's weird. Okay, looks like we got Southern Columbia and not quite got Persia. 1 more turn for that. So let's move this Southern Columbia ship up. See if we can get into a fight with some of these. Ah, damn it, the Panama Strait. Completely forgot about that. We're basically stuck on this side now. We need to take over Panama, that's what we need to do. I wonder how much tonnage we'll need. Panama, 129. Let's do that. Because that's a pretty essential canal that we need. Alright. I don't want to get these task fleets too close to each other because I don't really want to combine. Then again, he's only got 26, so yeah, we can combine them too. If you start having more than 60 or so, it can get a bit messy. And if you have like more than 100, it really does take its toll on your computer. But I think that'll do for now. What's he? 1 destroyer. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens next turn. Now, I can actually set a load more ships to build, so I'll do that off cam and I'll be back with you in a second. So I decided to, instead of build some new ships, to refit all of the ships that I had in port. So all of them ships, which was about 2/3 of what I've got, are all being refitted with oxygen torpedoes. And then all of the ships that I've currently got in task forces are just going to remain with the electric torpedoes. But anyway, we've got a fairly large battle here. We're not up against any battle cruisers or battleships, but it'll give us a bit of practice. So let's see how we get on. Alright, let's see how we get on. So I'm gonna try the daisy chain method, just simply because there isn't that many enemy ships, and they haven't got any battleships or battle cruisers, so I might be safe. But it'll give us an idea of if it's possible or not, or if we're going to need to employ the locust method. So I haven't equipped radar on these destroyers because it put the cost up significantly, and I was trying to keep the cost as low as possible. But that does mean that they can see me before I can see them. But I don't suppose it makes too much difference anyway, because I can't fire at them until I'm quite close anyway, so... But it might make a difference with the ones with oxygen torpedoes, because if I can't see them until they're a certain distance away, the oxygen torpedoes are going to be irrelevant. There he is. See, like, he's only 8.6 kilometers away. So, oxygen torpedoes wouldn't be any use against them, unfortunately, without radar equipped. So, I might have to refit them ships again, the ones that I've just refitted, and put some radar on them, which I hadn't anticipated on needing to do. I might just see how we get on as it is for now. Yeah, look at the accuracy. Absolutely slaughtering me. It's going to be very challenging, this challenge is. I suppose they don't call it a challenge if it's not challenging. Yeah, we're going to get absolutely slaughtered. I think I might have to employ the locust technique. Yeah, unfortunately, none of these are on target. Some of these might land, because he is still turning into it, which is surprising. Let's see if we can fire some of these towards that destroyer. Yeah, we've landed 4 torpedoes. Oh, nice, we sunk him. Did not expect that. Oops. We've managed to land a torpedo on that destroyer as well. Maybe the daisy chain is possible. It's looking more hopeful than I first thought it was going to. None of these are going to hit, unfortunately, because he's turned away now. The good thing about the daisy chain is you don't get that many casualties from enemy torpedoes. Right, let's see if we can land some torpedoes on this light cruiser. No, he's already turned. That was just bad luck, that was. He didn't turn because he spotted the torpedoes. He'd already started turning before I'd even fired them. Which is a shame. We'll see if we can get another load off. Maybe try and fire him at this light cruiser instead. If we fire them at this one, they might hit this one if they miss. Oh, he looks like he's actually in a good place to fire at again now. No, he's not. Damn it. Could really do with taking out these destroyers. I'll come back to them light cruisers in a minute. See if we can kill these destroyers. See how we get on there. It's going to hit him. Nice, 20. I hit him with every single torpedo that I fired. That's pinpoint accuracy. 20 out of 20. That was incredible. Right. He looks like he's actually going quite far away. Looks like there's another destroyer here as well. Looks like this guy's had his torpedoes knocked out, unfortunately. So's he. Alright, let's see if we can land some more on this guy. He's lining up nicely. He is lining up really nicely. Perfect. 16 out of 20. Well, we managed to land 2 of them on him. He did take a hard evasive turn, but I don't think it's going to be enough to finish him off. So we're going to have to fire another load at him. That should finish him off. Nice, 18 of them. Beautiful. Right, so we've got light cruisers over there. We've got a heavy cruiser over there somewhere. So I reckon we should probably go and deal with these light cruisers first. And then see if I can... Oh, I can actually see the heavy cruiser momentarily. Right, I might just fire a load off here. Just to see if I can get a lucky hit on them. Has he fired? Yeah. The fish are in the water. Right, I might take a pot shot from here. Looks like he's in a fairly decent position to potentially land some shots on him. I only landed 1 unfortunately, but might get a bit luckier on this next one. Nice, got 11 that time. Right, I think this guy's going to be a bit trickier to hit because he's sailing away from me. See if I can get one on one side of him. Oh, he's turning. Gonna have to turn the speed down. Yeah, all of them are gonna land, I think. Lovely. Not quite all of them, but 15 will do. And then we're gonna have to see if we can find this heavy cruiser now. He's around about there. May take a short while to find him. Oh, he's over there. Okay. Unfortunately, the game still isn't quite optimized properly. So you do still get loads of stutters and glitches, which is a shame. But there isn't too many bugs in the game. They did actually manage to fix 4 or 5 major bugs just before they stopped doing any development on the game, so luckily the game is playable. If they hadn't have fixed them 4 or 5 bugs, I don't think I would have been playing the game ever again. But fortunately they did. And you can get quite a lot of enjoyment out of the game, despite there still being quite a few bugs still present. Doesn't mean that it's not still a fun game. I still quite enjoy it. Right, how far away is he? So he's about 22, 23 kilometers away. Yeah, definitely regretting not putting the radar on now. Hmm. Is that some glitch that's showing me where he is in the fog? I think I've got a glitch that's showing me where he is, despite me not being able to see him. Unless I've locked onto a sinking ship. Not sure. Right. He definitely looks like he's moving. So I think that is the enemy ship. Yeah, it is. That was a funny glitch. Helpful look. Right, let's see if we can select him. Tell him to come over here. Probably won't need him, but may as well do it anyway. Right, I might just send one load off with this front ship. Am I close enough, actually? Oh, I've got the bug where I'm actually seeing the enemy equipment instead of mine. I've never had that bug before. There we go. I've managed to get it off now by clicking on the icon up here. Yeah, it's a shame that there's a stutter every time it you select a new ship or you hover your icon over an enemy ship. It does kind of ruin the immersion of the game where you keep having them stutters, but not much you can do about it, I'm afraid. How far away he is. So he's 9.3 kilometers away, so let's fire off a load with him. And fire off a load with him as well. Hopefully one of them will hit, but it's pretty unlikely with him being so far away. Well, one of them did hit him, but unfortunately it was a dud. But it's unlikely at this angle to actually get a penetrating shot. Oh, I managed to actually fire off 5 of the torpedoes. I've managed to fire off the rest of them as well, which is surprising. So, you never know. One of them might hit. Ouch. It's looking like the armoured cruisers might be too difficult to take on with the daisy chain. I think a locust technique is the only viable option, otherwise they'll just take us out one by one. Yeah, so I might have to just retreat away from this. Otherwise I'll just be taking needless losses. I'll try a couple more. No, there's no hope, I don't think. We are getting close. We are getting close, but it's just too much punishment. Oh, we've got a chance here. We have got a chance. Unfortunately, he's not turning towards me. He's turning the other way. Oh, and he's avoided all of them torpedoes. That is a shame. Oh, I thought he knocked out the torpedoes, but we've got quite a lot of torpedoes heading his direction. Let's see if we can get him to turn and fire off here. He's managed to avoid all of them. Oh no, one of them hit. It isn't much, but there's a chance that he might land some. And then we've got two more ships coming. Oh, look how fast he's able to turn away. Oh, that was disgusting. He turned away so quickly. I'm not used to playing in 1930, where they can just turn on a dime. But we have landed a significant amount. Slowed him down. We should be able to finish him off here. Unless we're incredibly unlucky. Well, that was a beautiful spread. We had one ship remaining. We still had plenty in the background, but I wasn't going to bring them into the fight because I didn't think that we were actually going to manage to sink him. But yeah, that was all right. That wasn't too bad. Managed to get 28,000 victory points, and we only lost 3,500. So a really good victory point swing. We lost 10 ships, but we sunk 7 of theirs and 1 armoured cruiser. Not too bad. I'll take it. Right, we've got a large fleet battle now. This is more like a proper battle that we're going to have to be facing. So I think best case scenario here is just trying to take out a few ships and flee without losing too many of our own. So this is definitely an oxygen torpedo scenario. These electric torpedoes just aren't long range enough. I reckon this is not something that I actually want to participate in. But let's give it a go. We won't know until we try. But I think this is going to be a disaster without oxygen torpedoes. But we are training up a load of oxygen torpedo ships at the moment, refitting a load, so we'll see how we get on. Right. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to attempt the daisy chain at first because I don't actually think I want to engage with them. I think I'm going to want to flee. As soon as I see my ships dying one after another without getting into torpedo range, I'm going to turn everybody around and just flee. But if I try the locust system, then it'll be too late to flee. So at least with the daisy chain system, I'll minimize my losses. So yeah, let's just see what happens. See if we can get in range of firing our torpedoes off. Because if we are, or if we can, then because there's so many enemies, there's a good chance that we're going to hit something. I just really don't think that we're going to get in range. Yeah, look at that. He's already smashing me from this distance, so it's definitely not looking promising. Well, we're definitely getting within range. Well, we've landed a couple of torpedoes. Not great, but it really is a shame that the game glitches every time you hover over an enemy. Well, we've landed 16 torpedoes so far. It's not terrible. Quite a few of them have been duds though, which is unfortunate. Well, we're doing better than I expected. We've landed 29 torpedoes. This is probably not a good idea, sending them all the same direction, but might turn them around and send them the other way. Yeah, it's actually gone better than I expected it to. But I don't think we've actually sunk any enemy ships yet. I might go and try and take out the battleship, seeing as it's separated itself from the rest of them. It's kind of a difficult decision because you want to fire at a big clump of them when firing at long range, so you've got a higher chance of hitting, but at the same time you want to see if you can take out the battleship. Well, I can't believe that this light cruiser isn't dead yet. Finally, got a nice spread on him. Unfortunately, he's not firing his torpedoes because he thinks that this sinking ship is friendly fire. We managed to land a couple of torpedoes on him, but not quite what I was hoping for. Surely they're going to finish him off. 18 of them hit that time. As soon as you can get them to slow down, do a bit of damage on them and slow them down, they're a lot easier to hit. Oh, for God, damn it. Unfortunately, I didn't turn the torpedoes on. There's me sitting there waiting for him to fire. I forgot to press the button. That was unfortunate. I got him in the perfect angle and everything. Oh well. I got him that time with 9 of them. Right, I really want to go and take out that battleship if I can. I'll come back to this mess that I've left over here later. But this has gone considerably better than I thought it was going to. Not doing bad. We are not doing bad. Didn't quite manage to finish him off, which is a shame. Yeah, that battleship is miles away. It's going to take a long time to catch up with him. Alright, it looks like we're getting surrounded as well. That's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. He's lost his torpedoes. Right, I think I'm going to change my mind about going for the battleship, because this is a mess that I need to solve. Well, let's just see how far they can get without dying. But I've only got 3 of them coming. Yeah, this light cruiser's hurting as well. I have to see if I can finish him off. It's in a fairly decent position to finish off here though. Come on. His deck torpedoes aren't turning. It's just unfortunate. That should finish him off. Yeah, that was lovely. This destroyer's annoying though. Yeah, sadly, one of these destroyers got taken out already, and we're nowhere near closing down the battleship, so yeah, I think going after the battleship is a bad idea. Let's just see if we can put some damage on him. We've got this light cruiser surrounding us over here as well, which is bad. Yeah, this is not ideal having these hunting down the ships I'm fleeing with. See if we can land any of these. Looks like he's turning away, but might be able to land a couple. No, it doesn't look like it. Right, let's see if we can fix this problem over here with this armoured cruiser. Looks like some of these are going to hit. Nice. That's a good start. See if we can get another load off on him. He is turning away now though. Yeah, he turned away from all of them, unfortunately. See if we can land some here. This looks like a decent crossfire we've got going on here. Didn't quite manage to finish him off, but one more blast and that'll do it. Lovely. That's got to finish him off, surely. Yeah, fantastic. Hey, we're actually doing pretty decent here. I don't know if we're going to be able to take out that battleship, but I could try and use the remaining group of destroyers and just locust swarm towards him. Or I could just cut my losses. Because we've done pretty good so far. Don't particularly want to get greedy and mess it all up. Yeah, we're taking a bit of a battering from these now. See if we can go and finish him off. Got a good spread going towards him, and he's not turned quite yet. Yeah, he's turning now. He's just detected him. So we only hit him with one of them, but I think I should be able to finish him off with this one. Nice. 17. That was lovely. Wonder which one sunk. Unfortunately, this guy's had his torpedoes knocked out. It's a shame. He's had his torpedoes taken out as well. Let's see if this load can connect. Well, I landed with one. Not particularly great, but not going to complain. Nice. Landed 14 on him and 4 on him, so it's not too bad. This should finish him off. No need. He's already down. Right then. I haven't got too many ships left. They seem to have quite a lot hidden in the fog of war. But I reckon there's quite a few crippled ships in this direction from where we were firing at the start of the mission. So let's see what we can discover. Well, that's another armoured cruiser down. I think it would be a good idea to see if we can end the battle now. But for whatever reason, we're not getting the opportunity to. He's not got any torpedoes left. Right, yeah. I might just see if I can sail away from the enemy. See if I can get the end battle screen to come up. It's possible that one of their ships is quite close to me. So let's see where this battleship is. Yeah, so it might be these too close to the battleship. Nice. Yeah, we've got low fuel on a lot of these now, so they're going very slowly. So it's definitely time to call it a day. So I'll try and escape off cam. Well, I managed to get the end battle come up almost immediately, which is good. And we took out 69,000 victory points worth of ships and only lost 8,000, so almost 10 to 1. Took out 5 armoured cruisers, a couple of light cruisers, and a load of destroyers. Didn't do any damage to the battleship, but I'm happy taking out 5 armoured cruisers. So yeah, not too bad at all. Let's see if there's any more battles. Looks like that's it. Save some crew. Lost a load of transports and killed a load of theirs. Interesting. We're initiating a major offensive against Ecuador from Peru. United States gains control of Chile. Okay, right, well, I think that was a pretty successful first episode to the campaign. So I think we'll probably call it a day there. It's nice to see some mines around my ports. I've never bothered with mine layers before. It's just pretty cool to see. I don't know if they're going to make too much difference or not. So yeah, we'll call it a day for this one. We've had a good start to the campaign, and then in the next one, I'll be using some oxygen torpedoes, I would have thought. So that will hopefully be even better. But cheers for watching anyway, and take care, and I shall see you soon.